Liam, points are shared here. Do you think that was a fair result?
Yeah, probably. I think it definitely wasn't a classic. I think in terms of hitting our level, I think it wasn't quite what we've been at recently, but can't knock the lads' effort in terms of obviously third one in a real heavy, busy, intense week. So it's going to be a tough game here in terms of conditions as well, etc. So I think it's one of those. We know we didn't quite hit our level that we're capable of today, but I never turn my nose up at getting a point on the road in this division. And normally we set the lads the challenge of this block of four. Can we finish the week in a decent position where going into the final four, we've got something to play for. So 3 unbeaten, strong week. Credit to the lads.
And you were dealt a blow before kick-off as well, with Sykesy dropping out and you coming in. How is Sykesy?
Yeah, I felt his quad, in the middle of the warm-up. So, yeah, disappointing the fact that we had to, make the change. But at the same point, it then obviously opens up, the opportunity for you. So we'll have to see. Obviously, it wasn't ideal in terms of making a last-minute change, but it is what it is.
And it was a bit of a slow start, but as soon as you got the equaliser, the complexion of the game changed.
Yeah, what a fantastic goal. I have to say, credit to the lads. I thought it was a moment of real quality. Really enjoyed the goal. And then around it was a tough game. I think that's the bit. The first 15 minutes you could see that. I think in terms of we spoke a lot around having brilliant basics, which and whether it's decision making or execution, it wasn't quite the level of consistency we've shown in the last couple of games. But that's the good thing. We walk in the change room, the lads are are honest. They know what we're capable of.
And in the second half, both sides had opportunities to win it, didn't they?
Yeah, it was quite an open game. More how it became open. I think it was more probably from turnovers on mistakes than it was actual really fantastic play to open teams up. So and that was probably both ways. So I think it's one of those. We didn't do enough to win today, but at the same point, with the goal and probably the control we had, we definitely deserved at least a point.
But a 7-point week, you must be really pleased with that.
Yeah, definitely. We just spoke about it in there. I think such a full-on week. You can see lads are flat out on their feet, giving everything. So again, this week getting the rest, the recovery. Don't need a huge amount of training at the minute, just in terms of obviously keeping people fresh, available. So, yeah, we'll have a solid week and then get ready for next Friday.
And just lastly, a word on those fans in that sold-out away and on a nice warm day. They really got behind you. Yeah,
brilliant. You still hear singing, you can still hear some of them. So, massive thank you. I thought it was massive, the support, and especially when the lads are flat on their feet like that. That extra noise, that drive. And you see the connection. At the end, the fantastic. I think in the fans getting behind the lads, given that the lads are quite disappointed. So, it's one of those take the point, move on.